It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there.
Taken in at the 22.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And taken right on the 30. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
2nd and 10.
Throwing is Jackson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. This now a 3rd and 4.
Here's Jackson.
That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Now Jackson on first down. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 34 yards.
And the Ravens post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Purdy to throw it on first down. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Purdy looking to throw. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
And he's
He's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. And maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least that's something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we've hit halftime here, and as we expected, looking at the clock, a very quick first half of play. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. A little juke. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open it...
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Purdy off the play fake.
And this is caught. Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers.
Juwan Jennings,
69 yards.
and the 49ers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is now 10-7.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
Returning it, Justice Hill.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. From the gun, Jackson.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now Jackson connecting with Andrews.
I like what they did there. Still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Here's third down at 5. Jackson. Dobbins with it.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Here's first down. Throwing. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's first and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Clock reading 34 seconds. Here comes second down now. Here's Jackson. And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send them after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final. Barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
And we have free football. Overtime, here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practice it.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Purdy to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he'll be taken down but not
overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 57 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And here, you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Purdy to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
So only a field goal on that opening drive of overtime. Will that hold up? We'll find out as the kick's away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, and I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? The overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And you just had the feeling when they took the field for this drive, they meant business. They knew a field goal would keep the game going, but a touchdown would end it here in overtime. And that nearly did it right there. What a play to put them in position to win this ball game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big game. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. So a little chunk there on 1st as they try to chip away down 3 in overtime.
I like your description. Chip away, down 3. You don't have to get it all in one big play, although obviously that would be nice. But there's no need to have that type of risk associated with it. Run your offense, get 1st downs, get yourself in position where you know you're going to at least get 3 and keep this game going. You get 6, so much the better.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Jackson to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it. And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one by the line of scrimmage.
And the 49ers going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. This to keep the game alive. Tucker's kick is good, and we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime, so now, you know the drill, it's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe, could they punch it in and we can end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back upbeat again. Forget the downer stuff.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
And that's complete to McCaffrey.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Throwing, Purdy.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Purdy to throw.
So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Jake Moody.
This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end. But that kick puts the exclamation mark on it. So he remains perfect. 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today, and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well, and always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time, and let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right?